Love all things candle making and want to take a nosy around a huge candle supply haul? Well, stick around because in this video we're going to do exactly that. Subscribe and hit the bell if you are a budding candle maker looking to start and grow your own business. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Ashani and I'm the creator of Luna London, a home fragrance company due to launch in November 2020. If you'd like to see what it's about, you can follow me on Instagram at Luna London Candles. On this channel, we talk about candle making and selling candles online. I have so much to show you guys, so let's just dive straight into the video. I have supplies from 4 different companies to show you guys, and that's Candle Shack, NI Candles, Craftastick and Cosy. I've got everything stacked up right beside me, so it might look kind of neat and like bland here, but there's a whole big mess going on next to me. So the first thing I have are candle jars. So this is the Lucy container, which I bought from Candle Shack. They're a black whiskey styled candle jar. That's kind of what the description on the website says. So there, I've gone for a matte black. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty matte. And these are the 30 centiliter containers. I bought the lids separately, and the lids are wooden and they have a silicone seal, I think that's silicone, which helps you have a tight closure. These hold up to 220 grams of wax, but if you're gonna have the lid, I'd suggest going to about 200 grams, just so you have some space for your wick and it doesn't get smushed down. So I've got one here that I made up. This is just for home use. This is something I was just testing out. So I've gone for 220 grams, but you'll be able to see there's just not a ton of space between the mouth container and the wax level. And my wick would definitely get smushed by the lid if I were to sell it like this. So if you are going to use these containers, I'd suggest probably 200 grams maximum. So to be honest, I don't remember the price of anything, so everything will be at the bottom of the screen. I really love these containers. They look really luxurious and high-end. I think the lid also completes it really nicely, and will also be a godsend for packaging because I won't have to worry about things like poking into the wax. And I'm planning to wrap each candle individually, so I feel like the lid will make it a lot more sturdier for me to wrap instead of having like a gaping hole. So for my first launch, I bought 100 containers. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is conservative or not. I would, for the amount of work I've put in, I would definitely hope that I sell 100 by Christmas at least. I'm a bit worried that I won't be able to get my hands on any more jars if the 100 do sell out. So that's kind of a mistake that I probably made. Maybe I should have gone a little bit higher, or 200 jars, because even if I don't sell it by Christmas, I'll always be able to sell it. And if you live in the UK, I'm not sure if it's like this everywhere else, but there's a big shortage on jars. So most suppliers like sell out of stock really quickly. So I'm hoping that if I do sell out of my 100, that I'll be able to get my hands on some more jars. But I wanted to play a little more on the conservative side just to test the waters and see if there's actually any interest in my candles. So fingers crossed it all works out. But yeah, I guess I'll see when it comes to launching how it all goes. In terms of containers, I also have another type of container, and that's these little tin containers, because I'm doing a collection with my good friend Rebecca, whose Instagram handle is Hometime Tea Time, and we're doing a collection called Mindful Moments. So her Instagram is all about like tea and, you know, just being very relaxed. So I thought that would be a really good idea to put it into candle form, and we're creating like a limited edition run. So every month we'll come out with a limited edition tea scent, and that's kind of to embrace the beauty of the month. So November will be chai because it's so cozy, and the warmth of the spices and stuff really evokes that kind of coziness feeling that you get this time of year. And in December we'll be having a Christmas tea, which is meant to remind you of like Christmas markets and that sort of thing. Because my first permanent line is all about the zodiac, it was very much more about scents that each zodiac sign would like. So it was difficult for me to be very seasonal with those. So in this collaboration, we really wanted to do like more seasonal scents and the scents that people would really associate with each month. For my candles, I'll be using ribbon wicks. So I've just gone ahead and bought a ton of these in different sizes. So I'm also going to be using it for my tins as well. And I think ribbon wicks are really lovely. They give the same impact as a wooden wick, but unfortunately wooden wicks aren't as sustainable as they could be. So I think ribbon wicks are a good compromise. They give the same sort of feeling with the wide, luxurious flame and that glowy look, which everybody really likes about wooden wicks. And I think they look really pretty and luxe, which is kind of the look that I'm going for. Okay, so now let's move on to the best bits, fragrance oil. So I have tried to go for bigger sizes where I can, or where I can afford to. It's kind of hard to know which ones to go and buy the big sizes for. As I said, my collection is zodiac themed, but it wasn't feasible for me to buy like 1 litre of all 12 fragrances because it's just a lot. I thought maybe quite popular scents, but at the same time, that's just my thought. I will only know once I start selling or once I get validated against like real people, because at the end of the day, like as you probably know, starting out this business, there's so much going on in your head, but actually it doesn't matter what's going on in your head. What really matters is people's perception of your business and what they actually like. So although all of my zodiac signs have pre-chosen fragrances, I've also got the option of people doing a DIY zodiac candle, so they can choose their zodiac sign and also a scent. This was a way I could allow people to have flexibility, but also use up the scents I already have at home. But yeah, as I launch and see what is more popular with people, I will level up and buy the big bottles of those. The first scent I have is lemongrass and ginger, and that is from Candle Shack. So a lot of these scents I have smelt before. They're not exactly my first impression because I've bought the sample sizes in them, but I'll give you my take anyway. So I really love this one. Lemongrass and ginger just smells so beautiful. To me, it just reminds me of the Far East. It reminds me of like Bali and Thailand, and it just really has that exotic smell to it. To me, it reminds me of like a really expensive massage oil. So I've previously purchased like the sample size of this scent, and I have to say the hot throw was amazing. It fills like the whole room, and it's a pretty large room that it filled. So I definitely recommend this if you are looking for a spa or zen-like scent. Okay, so the next scent we have, which is a big one, and this is Eau Verbena. So I actually realized that this kind of has leaked over a little bit, and that's more so because I think I opened it when I first got it and I didn't close it properly, so it's my fault. But this smells so lovely and floral and woodsy, and like just it smells so summery. So this is going to be my Leo scent. So as I mentioned before, it's a bit difficult for me to be seasonal with my zodiac scents because I've done a ton of research about what scents like typically each zodiac sign likes, and these are the sorts of scents that I basically allocated to each zodiac sign. So for Leo, it's very much a summery, vibrant scent. So this is again a lovely scent. I think verbena generally does quite well as a scent because it's not such an offensive scent. It kind of, it's a very like universal scent, I feel like, and a lot of big companies, if I look towards them, a lot of their main fragrances that they have that are very popular are verbena. So I'm hoping the same will be for me. We'll have to see again what happens, but this is a 1 litre size, whereas the lemongrass and ginger I bought in ½ litre. The next scent we have is Peony, and this is again quite a floral scent. I have to say, I haven't actually opened this one. I've made this in a ton of candles already. I've had a couple of the small bottles of this before, and I have to say the hot throw again with this is really good. I'm not going to open this because I'll probably leak it everywhere, and I'm just not ready for that yet, but I can smell it through, and I've made a ton of candles from it. What I would say with this scent, it's a very feminine scent. It's a very like, it's floral, but not necessarily in a true to form floral. It's more of a perfume floral, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way. It doesn't smell like granny-ish, but it's more, it has a complexity to it. So I don't feel like it's just a straight up like, oh, this is a certain type of peony and it's just that one tone. It's got like different levels to it. So I have had this before, of course, when I was testing my fragrances, and I have to say it gives off as well a really good scent throw. It fills a whole room as well, and I just love the fact that it's a very complex fragrance. It's not like it just smells like just of peonies. It kind of has more depth to it and different notes. Like I feel like you can tell there are different notes at each level, the top, heart and base note. So now we're going to go into more of the seasonal scents, and the first one I have and the last one from Candle Shack is the mulled wine scent, and I was like obsessed with this when I first smelled it. It smells so good. It just reminds me of Christmas markets like straight away. So I'm going to be calling this Christmas tea because, as I mentioned, it's all tea related, but this is a mulled wine scent. It really gives you that deep warming sensation that you have from mulled wine, and I can't wait to make a candle up of this. I haven't done so yet, so I'm just super excited. I've still got some time to test it, but it just smells amazing and I love it so much. It's definitely worth a try if you can get your hands on it. If I'm honest, I left buying my seasonal scents kind of late. I was lucky to get anything, but I'm sure if you just keep an eye on stock levels for any of the suppliers, that they're probably trying to replenish as much as possible. So that was it from Candle Shack. The next scent I have is from Craftastick. So it's actually the first time I've ever bought from this company, and I bought the Butterscotch Chai. So as I mentioned, for my November scent, we're going to go for a chai fragrance, and I went for Butterscotch Chai. I took a big risk and just bought the big bottle without actually trying it, and while it's, let me open that. And unfortunately, while it's a nice scent, to me it's straight up butterscotch. It doesn't have any of that spicy warming notes that I was looking for in a chai. It very much reminds me of Bath and Body Works scents, like, you know, the really sweet ones. So if that's your thing, this is definitely like something to try, but it wasn't for me. I'm still gonna have it on like my DIY zodiac candles, because it wasn't what I was thinking for as a chai doesn't mean it's not a nice scent, and other people won't like it, but it is a very sweet scent. The next scent I have is also from Craftastick, and this is their Bonfire Fragrance Oil. Now this, on the other hand, I absolutely am obsessed with. It smells so good. It has that very fiery element to it, but it also has some sweetness in the background of it as well, but it's not like overly sweet. Unfortunately, on the website, they don't actually have the notes of what's in this fragrance oil, but if I were to guess, it's more of a toasted marshmallow fireside kind of fragrance oil, but it's really nice. I love it so much. I literally can't stop smelling it. It does have that really smoky element to it. For the scent, I'm actually not going to be releasing it for as a Christmas scent, but I'm actually starting to look into some future lines that I want to create as well. And this is probably going to be the oil that I'll use for that line. The next oil we have is from Cosy, and this is their cinnamon vanilla oil. And this is basically what I'm going to use for my chai fragrance, because it's definitely a lot more of what I was expecting from the Craftastick oil. This is definitely more spicy, and you definitely get that cinnamon and clovey warming like aspect of this fragrance oil, which I love, but it's mellowed out with the vanilla. So I think it's going to be a perfect chai fragrance oil, and I would definitely try it out. It's a really nice one, especially for this time of year. And that was it for my fragrance oil, at least for now. I have a ton of other ones at home already, which I'll be using for my first launch, but this is what I got in like the last couple of weeks or so. But before we go, I'm just to show you a couple more things. They're not actually candle haul supply, but they have to do with my candle company. And that is my big stamp. It's huge, but this is my logo, and it's how I'll be personalizing my boxes. Like you can see, it's massive, and I thought it was a good, like, cost-effective way of personalizing my boxes without having to spend a fortune on like the minimum quantities you need to have it professionally done. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is just my first go, so it's not like the best, but I don't know if you can see that. But that's my logo. And I think I did a pretty good job. You can see there's some patchiness on the moon, but I could easily cover that up with a marker or just get better at stamping. But yeah, I was really excited with it. So I got that from Stamp It, and it was also super quick. They did it like literally the next day. I didn't realize it would be that quick. And the final thing I want to show you is actually what's in this box. And I bought, I'll put it down here. And I basically bought like thank you postcard notes and candle care notes. So maybe it'll be, so I got these from Banana Print. They were super quick as well. Literally, I put the order in, I think like late afternoon on one day, and it was literally done the next day and with me the day after that. So it's super quick, and especially if you're in a tight spot and need to get like printing done ASAP, they're really good. So this is my thank you notes. It's quite bright. I'll probably just do like, so it's quite bright, but hopefully you can see that. And this is where I'm going to be doing my handwritten notes as a thank you. And the other thing I have is my candle care ones. And what I wanted to do for my candle care postcardy things was basically have something that people would feel inclined to keep rather than just chuck it away, because it felt like it was just a bit unnecessary putting something in if I knew that they were just going to chuck it. And I tried to make it like these sort of mantra cards. So this one says, I am relaxed and calm. It's basically got my logo with my branded font as well, and I just have the care instructions at the back. Sorry guys, I forgot that I actually have a couple more things that I wanted to show you, and these are from Supplies for Candles, and they're essential oils. So essential oils are definitely something that I've wanted to use in my candles. I've just not gotten to it yet. I felt like fragrance oils would probably be the easier option for me to start going and just get into a process of doing things, and then I can start to experiment with essential oils. If you don't know what an essential oil is, it's basically derived directly from plants, whereas fragrance oils are synthetic or man-made. For candle making, essential oils are meant to, you're apparently meant to use a lot more of essential oils than you do need to with fragrance oils. So that's one of the things that had put me off, because they're already expensive. So to put more of them into a candle than you would with a fragrance oil wasn't really appealing to me, especially starting out, because obviously I want to try and make a profit with this business, and I wanted to just kind of take it one step at a time. So, but I still love the idea of essential oils. If I'm honest, it's more so from a marketing perspective, because my whole brand is about meditation and that sort of thing. So I feel like essential oils, it would be very nicely aligned, and it will kind of go with the whole story. But at the same time, it doesn't mean I can't still sell my candles with fragrance oils. So the first one I have is Howood, and I chose that because it's meant to have very calming properties, and it goes with my branding tagline, creating calm. So let's give this a smell. I haven't actually smelled this in ages. Oh wow, it's really strong. I love both fragrance and essential oils. Essential oils just have something about them as well, which are just beautiful. So this is very like, it sounds a bit boring, but it's very woody to me, and I can detect some fruitiness, but the main like overarching scent in this I feel like is wood. The next one I have is rosemary, and let's give this a sniff. Oh. Ooh. To me, this smells what I would have thought as eucalyptus. This has that kind of Vicks smell. I still really like it, but it just, it wasn't what I was expecting as a rosemary scent. It does smell very refreshing, and like, I feel like it will just get rid of all your sinuses if you had this lit up. It smells so good. And the final one I have is actually eucalyptus. So let's do this. See, they smell quite similar to me. This definitely has that more, I don't know what I'd say, but like decongesting vibe to it. It smells really good. Eventually, once I'm more established, I'd love to create my own scents as well, and like mess about with different types of essential oils. If you're in the UK or in the EU, you probably know that we need to comply with CLP regulations. If you do blend anything, you need to send it off and get it like certified for any allergens that it may have, and just to make sure that it's safe. So this is not something I want to do like right now, but it's definitely something I want to explore further down and basically experiment whilst I'm selling my other candles, just basically to keep innovating and trying out new and different things. So guys, that was it for my haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I haven't enabled any ordering from you guys, but I love seeing candle hauls because it kind of gives me that same sort of feeling as if I were buying it myself. And don't forget, I have a ton of resources if you are a new candle maker in the description box below. So I definitely recommend, if you are just starting out and you're about to make your first purchase, go ahead and look at the resources in the description box, because I definitely think it'll be very helpful before you make any purchases and waste a ton of money on shipping. So guys, I'd love to know how your preparation for the holiday season and Christmas season are going. Have you bought all your oils? As I said, this is the first time I'm like experiencing a Christmas as a small business, so it'll be really interesting. I'm sure I'll learn a lot of lessons. I probably haven't bought my scents as early as I should have, but I guess it's a lesson for next time. I would have only been trading like for like, as I'm only opening in November, so it's literally like the last 2 months of the year, and probably the busiest or the hardest times of months to be prepared for. And I'm really looking forward to the lessons I'll be learning from that, and I'd love to share that with you guys as well. So yeah, I would love to know how your preparation is going. So please drop me a comment and let me know how it goes, or if you've already experienced Christmases before, let me know like if you have any tips and tricks of how to like survive the season. Okay guys, that is everything I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Don't forget, I have some free resources in the description box below, which I highly recommend checking out before you make your first purchase, just because it will save you a ton of money and will also help you remember everything you need to buy in your first go, so you don't have to pay multiple shipping costs. If you found this video useful, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know if you have any requests for the future. I'd be super keen to make them. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. Bye!